Most men don't need more time. They need more balls. You're not stuck. You're scared. And that fear, that's the leash around your neck, pulling you back every time you think about doing something bold. Every time you dream, it tightens. Every time you hesitate, it wins. Let's be honest. You've been trained to wait, conditioned to hesitate. And now, you're living in the delay. You keep waiting, waiting for the perfect moment, for the right mindset, for someone to come fix your life, hand you an opportunity, and cheer you into greatness. But guess what? No one's coming. No mentor. And while you sit there making excuses, life is shrinking around you. Your dreams get dusty. Your confidence withers. And that fire inside you, it flickers lower and lower. Every day, you choose comfort over action. Here's what you need to understand. Waiting is not harmless. It's not neutral. It's not some passive place where life politely pauses until you're ready. Waiting is a decision, and decisions define you. You wait long enough, and it hardens into who you are. You stop being a man with potential and become a man with regret. You become the guy who almost did something, the guy who used to talk big, the guy who never showed up. You don't need another podcast. You don't need another book collecting dust on your shelf. You need a fire under your ass. You need to get uncomfortable enough to move. That's why you're here. Not to be entertained, not to be motivated, but to be shaken awake. To be told the truth nobody else will tell you. Your life is average because you are choosing average. And unless you choose something different today, right now it's going to stay that way. So I'm not going to coddle you. This video is not a hug. It's a punch to the gut. This is a war cry. A call to every man who knows he's capable of more, but keeps running from his own damn reflection. You're not here to feel good. You're here to wake up. To make a decision. From this point forward, it's simple. You move or you rot. Welcome to Primal Will, where we sharpen men into weapons. If you're ready to break free from comfort, from waiting, from weakness, like, share, and subscribe. Because starting today, we go to war. You felt that hit in the chest. Good. That wasn't just to shock you. It was to wake something primal inside you. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. Most men today are sleepwalking through life. Eyes open, souls closed. Breathing but not alive. They've traded fire for fantasy, purpose for pleasure, action for apathy. And if you don't see how that's killing you slowly, then this message is more urgent than you realize. We're living in a time where being a man has been reduced to passivity. You scroll, you watch, you consume. You know more about YouTubers, athletes, and influencers than you do about your own damn potential. You're a spectator in the arena of life, watching other men bleed, sweat, and build legacies while you sit safe, soft, and still. And here's the sick part. Society tells you that's okay, that it's normal, that it's healthy. But let me be clear, it's not. You weren't built for that. You were built to lead, to protect, to create, to conquer. And I don't say that to hype you up. I say that because you've forgotten. Or worse, you've been taught to forget. You've been programmed to stay numb. And that's how the average man dies. Not with a bullet, but with a whimper. Not in a blaze of glory, but on a couch, scrolling through a feed of men who had the balls to live. You think comfort is your friend, but it's your executioner. The average man today isn't just lazy, he's lost. He doesn't even realize the game he's in. He thinks peace means being unbothered. But real peace is earned, not handed out. It's the peace that comes after discipline, after battle, after building something worth defending. You confuse boredom with happiness because you've never felt the high that comes from growth, from pain, from progress. You've never tasted the rush of winning the war within yourself. And that's why you feel empty. If you don't care now, one day you will. And by then, it might be too late. I'm not just talking about your bank account or your physique. I'm talking about your soul. About the man in the mirror who looks older, softer, quieter, and knows deep down he missed a shot. That's what regret looks like. Not loud, not dramatic, just a quiet ache that never leaves. That's the ghost that follows men who wait too long to act. And that ghost doesn't haunt you because you failed. It haunts you because you never even tried. This video isn't here to motivate you. Motivation fades. It's like gasoline on a cold fire. It flares up, burns fast, and disappears. No, we're here for transformation. for the permanent shift. The internal war where you kill the weak version of yourself and bury him. This is where you stop asking, how do I change? And start saying, I refuse to stay like this. You've already tried doing nothing. You've already tried waiting for the right time. Has that gotten you anywhere? Are you more disciplined, more confident, more respected? Or are you still stuck in the same loops? Waking up tired, dragging yourself through the day, numbing yourself at night with food, porn, video games, or cheap dopamine. You already know the answer. And deep down, you hate it. You don't need another soft pep talk. You need a mirror and a moment of truth. Because this is your life. Your one shot. And whether you waste it or weaponize it, that's on you. No more pointing fingers. No more blaming your parents, your past, your boss, or your ex. That story is over. And if you keep rereading it, you'll never write a new one. What I'm offering here is clarity. And clarity is painful. It shows you how far you've fallen, but it also shows you the path up. This isn't about becoming better. This is about becoming dangerous, focused, relentless. The kind of man who walks into a room and doesn't need to speak because his presence says everything. Every second of this video is a challenge, not just to your mind, but to your spine, to your will. I want you to feel pressure because pressure creates diamonds, or it crushes coal. What you become depends on what you choose right now. So here's the purpose of this video: to wake up the warrior inside you, to light the fuse you've been scared to touch, to help you remember what it feels like to be hungry again. If you're still watching, that means there's something in you that wants more. Good. That hunger is sacred. Protect it. Feed it. Let it consume every excuse you've been clinging to. Because the man you could become is waiting. Not tomorrow. Not next month. Now. Right now. And the only thing standing in his way is the man you are today. You've heard the purpose. You've felt the urgency. Now it's time to drag your shadow into the light. Because all that fire you feel right now, it's only as good as the man willing to use it. And before you can build anything strong, you need to face what's weak. That means confronting the version of you that's been in charge up to this point. The soft one, the scared one, the one who talks about change but never bleeds for it. Let's be brutally clear, you've been lazy. You've lied to yourself. You've looked in the mirror and called stagnation patience. You've labeled procrastination as planning. You've mistaken inaction for thoughtfulness. Every time you said, I'll start Monday, you betrayed the man you're supposed to be. Every time you picked the phone over the gym, the game over the grind, the comfort over the climb, you chose slavery. To impulse, to fear, to weakness. You keep telling yourself, I'm just tired. No, you're not. You're undisciplined. Your body isn't failing you. Your mind is soft. Your energy isn't gone. It's being drained by your own cowardice. Every excuse you give is a mask. I'm too busy. Doing what? Scrolling? Watching? Wishing? I'm too old. That's not age talking. That's fear dressed up as wisdom. It's not that you can't, it's that you won't. And deep down, you know it. You've made fear your advisor and laziness your king. You consult your anxiety before you make a move. You ask permission from your doubt before you act. You wait for motivation like it's some magical wine that'll blow you into greatness. Newsflash, it won't. And even if it did, you wouldn't hold it. Because you haven't built the structure to contain greatness. You haven't earned it yet. And here's the sick truth. You're not even running from pain. You're running from the possibility of pain. You become so soft, so fragile, that the idea of effort makes you retreat. That's how far the modern man has fallen. You don't fear death. You fear discomfort. But discomfort is the doorway to every goddamn thing you want. And until you learn to love it, you'll keep getting passed over by life. You want to know the real enemy? It's not your job. It's not your childhood. It's not society. It's you. The version of you that settles. That chooses easy over effort. The one who gets defensive when challenged. Who shrinks when criticized. That weak, fragile ego that protects your pride instead of building your character. That's your enemy. And he's been winning for far too long. And I'm not here to shame you. I'm here to expose you. To burn off the lies and leave you raw. Because that's where real change starts. In the fire. When you're stripped of your excuses. When there's no one left to blame. When it's just you and the weight of your own choices. That's the moment where men are made. You feel it, don't you? That quiet regret gnawing at you when no one's around? That dull ache behind your smile? That tension in your chest when you think about where your life could be if you had just acted sooner? That's not depression. That's your soul starving for challenge. That's your potential screaming inside a cage you built with "I'll do it tomorrow." You can lie to your parents. You can lie to your girl. You can even lie to your friends. But you can't lie to that part of you that knows. The part of you that sees through every excuse, every delay, every shortcut. That part doesn't care about your reasons. It cares about your results. You say you want purpose? Then why do you run from the pain that forges it? Why do you dodge discomfort like it's a plague? Denzel Washington said it best. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. And he's right. Pain isn't the enemy. The pause is. The pause between your dream and your decision. That's where most men die, some of them still breathing. The men who make it, the ones who rise, they don't escape pain. They embrace it. They use it. They turn it into fuel. Because pain has purpose. Every drop of sweat, every moment of fatigue, every gut punch of failure, it shapes you, sharpens you. And if you've been avoiding it, no wonder you feel dull. You want respect? Earn it. Not from others, from yourself. You want to feel powerful? Then stop running from resistance. Lift heavier. Wake up earlier. Say no to comfort. Say yes to war. Because that's what it is. A war between who you are and who you could be. And every time you choose weakness, the enemy wins. And here's the thing. They don't teach this. Not in school. Not in therapy. Not in your soft-ass social circles. They teach you to be safe. To be nice. To be comfortable. But safe men don't build empires. Comfortable men don't start revolutions. If you want to rise, you better get used to being uncomfortable. You're not falling behind because you're cursed. You're falling behind because you're soft. And until you admit that, you'll keep making the same excuses and getting the same mediocre results. And maybe you're okay with that. But if you're still watching, I don't think you are. I think there's a part of you that's pissed. And you should be. You should be angry at every wasted year. Every skipped workout. Every half-assed relationship. Every job you stayed in too long. Every time you played small because you were afraid to be seen. Good. Hold that anger. Don't run from it. Use it. Because anger can destroy you. Or it can drive you. The truth is, most men don't need more support. They need more confrontation. They need someone to say, "You're better than this, and I'm done watching you lie to yourself." So consider this your confrontation, your intervention, the wake-up call you didn't want, but damn sure needed. Because once you strip away the lies, the softness, the blame, you're left with one decision. What now? You can keep living like this. Comfortable, cowardly, controlled, where you can finally look in a mirror, clench your fists, and say enough. Enough waiting. Enough whining. Enough weakness. It's time to move. You faced the mirror. You felt the sting of the truth. Now what? This is where most men stop. They get the fire. They feel the surge. They nod along and say, "Damn, that's real." But then nothing. The fire dies. The moment passes. Why? Because pain without action is just emotional porn. It feels intense, but it changes nothing. You want a different life? You need different habits. You need war tactics, not just war cries. So let's get into it. Step by step. Not theory, not philosophy. Straight action. If you follow this every day, you will change. Not overnight, but undeniably. These aren't suggestions. They're mandates. This is how men build themselves. From the ground up. Let's begin. Step 1. Rule your mind. Your mind is your command center. And right now it's cluttered, distracted, weak. That ends today. Every morning, before the world gets in your head, you get in it first. Grab a notebook. Write down what you're afraid of. Get on paper. Don't let it lurk in the shadows. Then write your intention, like a general mapping out war. What's the objective today? What's the terrain? What's the threat? After you write, sit. Still. Quiet. 5 minutes. Meditate. Not to feel spiritual, but to sharpen awareness. Watch your thoughts like a sniper watches a target. Then visualize your day. Not just how it looks, how it feels. That meeting, that workout, that tough conversation. See it in detail. Command your morning, or your day will command you. Step 2, make money. Let's kill the myth now. Being broke is not noble. It's dangerous. It makes you desperate, dependent, and easily controlled. You want freedom? Start building value. Every day, study something that makes you more useful. Sales, copywriting, SEO, real estate. Learn the game, because the game isn't going to pause for you to find yourself. This isn't about becoming a billionaire. It's about becoming bulletproof. If your wallet is weak, your confidence is weak. Read one book a month on money. Watch one podcast a day on skill building. Spend less. Stack cash. Invest smart. And never stop learning. The man who controls money controls options. Step 3, train your body. Your body is not decoration. It's your armor, your engine, your battlefield. Every push-up you skip is a missed chance to make your mind stronger. You don't need a six-pack. You need power, discipline, self-respect. Start with 20 push-ups a day. Then make it 30, 50, 100. It stacks fast when you commit. Walk every day. No excuses. Rain or shine. That walk becomes a run. That run becomes a habit. And soon, your body starts to match your ambition. Hit the gym. Lift something heavy. Burn something off. Sweat the weakness out of your skin. Because a strong body tells the world and yourself that you don't fold. Step 4, eat clean. You want clarity? You want drive? Then stop eating like a child. Your gut is your second brain. Fill it with trash, and your mind follows. Sugar dulls you. Junk food sedates you. Stop lying to yourself with cheat days. You're not a dog. You don't need treats. You need fuel. Eat meat. Eat greens. Drink water like it's your job. Cut the processed poison. Cut the comfort carbs. Make eating clean your new normal, not your punishment. Because every bite is either sharpening you or softening you. Step 5, solve one problem a day. This one changes everything. Pick one task a day. One meaningful, uncomfortable thing. Not 10 small ones. One that matters. That phone call you've been avoiding. That paper you've been delaying. That habit you've been neglecting. Attack it like your life depends on it, because in a way it does. When you solve one real problem every day, you build momentum. You start stacking wins. You go to bed earned, not just tired. You feel pride, and pride compounds. One day becomes 2. 2 becomes a week, a month, a life. This isn't magic. It's math. When more days than you lose. And your entire reality shifts. Don't overcomplicate this. Most men sabotage themselves by thinking too big, too fast. They try to fix everything at once. Don't. That's ego. Focus is power. Master the basics before you chase the advanced. Journaling, lifting, studying, eating, winning small. That's the core. Everything else is decoration. You don't need a guru. You don't need a new app. You don't need a fancy program. You need movement. Momentum. Just move. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be consistent. Build your discipline muscle. Discipline isn't about feeling good. It's about doing what you said long after the mood has left. And every time you do that, even once you grow, think of it like a muscle. The reps aren't sexy. They're repetitive, but they work. Skipping sugar is a rep. Finishing that book is a rep. Showing up at 6 a.m.? Another rep. You don't rise to the level of your feelings. You rise, or fall, to the level of your standards. Set them high. Then meet them daily. Track your progress. If you can't measure it, you can't master it. Track your workouts. Track your meals. Track your reading. Track your spending. You don't need to be obsessive, but you do need to know. Data is clarity. Clarity is power. It keeps you honest when the fire fades. Detach from results. Fall in love with process. The world's full of impatient men who want the reward before the effort. That's not you. Not anymore. Don't chase outcomes. Chase systems. Don't obsess over six-pack abs. Obsess over never missing leg day. Don't chase $1 million. Chase becoming the man who can earn it. Because when the process becomes your identity, results become inevitable. No one's coming to save you. You've heard it before, but let it sink in again. No one is coming. Not your parents. Not your girlfriend. Not some millionaire mentor. It's you. It's always been you. That's terrifying at first, but it's also the most freeing truth you will ever accept. Because once you stop waiting, you start moving. And movement is everything. Be ruthless with your standards. Don't negotiate with the weak version of you. Don't reason with the voice that says, just this once. That voice is a traitor. Burn it out. Replace it with a voice that says, we don't miss. We don't quit. We don't fold. Hold yourself to the fire until fire becomes home. End the day like a man. At night, review your day. Not emotionally, objectively. What did you win? What did you skip? What needs to be handled tomorrow? Journal again. Plan again. Prime your next day. Don't stumble into your future. Storm into it. This is your blueprint. These are your tools. Now use them. Because without action, all this intensity means nothing. So choose. Today, not tomorrow. Not when it's convenient. Not when it's easy. Now, the man you're meant to be is already watching, wondering when you'll stop running and start rising. The steps are in motion. You've got the tools, the blueprint, the fire. But without the right operating system, all of that burns out. Discipline fades if the mindset behind it is weak. Habits crumble if the values under them are hollow. That's why we're going deeper now, not just into what you do, but who you become. Because real transformation isn't about hype. It's about identity. And the man you're meant to be doesn't just do hard things. He lives by a hard code. A masculine code. One built on control, dominance, and purpose. This next section is where that code gets branded into your bones. 1. Mental toughness. The muscle you can't see. Every day you want to quit, and don't, you win. That's the truth. Mental toughness isn't built when it's easy. It's built when everything inside you screams stop, and you move anyway. Cold showers, brutal workouts, difficult conversations. These are not punishments, they're pressure tests. And pressure reveals your level. Don't run from pain. Study it. Let it sharpen you. When you feel resistance, lean in. Because the difference between a weak man and a strong one is what they do when it hurts. One folds, the other focuses. Discipline is freedom. Pain is a teacher. Learn to love the lesson. 2. Physical mastery, the temple you live in. Your body is your first domain. If you can't master yourself physically, you'll always be insecure, always second-guessing, always compensating. A strong body isn't about vanity. It's about control. A man who trains is a man who respects himself. And a man who respects himself is dangerous in the best way possible. Don't just train to look good. Train to be useful. Train so your kids never have to worry. Train so you can hold your ground when life punches. A weak man can't protect, lead, or dominate. Get strong. Stay strong. Because every rep is a vote for the man you want to become. 3. Financial discipline. Control the game. Money doesn't make you a man, but it exposes what kind of man you are. If you blow it, chase it, or fear it, you're still a child in a man's body. Masculine men control their resources. They track their income. They cut unnecessary expenses. They invest with vision, not impulse. Delayed gratification is power. You don't need that new toy. You need a strategy. You don't need to flex. You need a stack. Because money is more than survival. It's leverage. It's freedom. It's the difference between reacting and choosing. And nothing's more masculine than having options. 4. Emotional control. Master the storm. Masculine energy isn't wild, it's contained. You're not a slave to your feelings. You're the one who harnesses them. Weak men react. Strong men respond. Learn to control your breath. Control your tone. Control the urge to prove yourself. Because when you master your emotions, you master the room. People respect calm under pressure. Power doesn't shout. It radiates. Don't let emotions hijack your decisions. Don't let anger make you reckless or sadness make you still. You're not your feelings. You're your standards. 5. Spiritual grounding. A mission beyond the flesh. Without a code, you're just drifting. Without a mission, you're just consuming. Purpose is oxygen for the masculine soul. You need something that cuts deeper than comfort. Something that pulls you out of bed when motivation is gone. Maybe it's your future family. Maybe it's building a legacy. Maybe it's just proving to yourself that you can. You don't have to be religious. But you do need reverence for life, for death, for time. Know who you are. Know what you stand for. Write your values down. Read them every morning. A man without values is a loaded gun without a target. Aim yourself. 6. The modern trap. Entertainment over excellence. You're surrounded by men who've traded excellence for escape. Video games, porn, social media, numbing out instead of leveling up. And every time you give into it, you dull your edge. Every hour wasted on distraction is an hour stolen from your purpose. The world wants you weak, addicted, confused, and the only way to fight back is clarity. Clear values, clear goals, clear actions. No more fog, no more fuzz, just a sharp blade and a steady hand. 7. The daily ritual. When the morning dominate the day. Masculine energy is routine-driven. That doesn't mean rigid, it means anchored. Start every day the same. Journal, workout, plan, attack. Morning wins create momentum. Evening reviews create refinement. You are not winging your life anymore. You're engineering it. Stop leaving your emotions to chance. Stop hoping you'll feel ready. Your system is your savior. Build it, guard it, honor it. 8. Masculinity is not toxic, it's necessary. Let them call it toxic. Let them mock strength, silence, structure. It doesn't matter. You know the truth. Masculinity is what builds civilizations, protects families, and conquers chaos. It's not something to be ashamed of. It's something to master. Be assertive. Be grounded. Be mission first. That's not toxic. That's rare. And rare is respected. 9. Delayed pleasure. Earned rewards. Zero guilt. Modern men want it now. They want dopamine without discipline. You're not that man. You wait. You work. You earn. You enjoy your rewards without guilt because you bled for them. The steak tastes better after the fast. The money feels better after the grind. Every time you choose the long road, you separate yourself from the average. That's where greatness lives, in a gap between what's easy and what's earned. 10. Be a builder, not a consumer. Masculine men build. They build their bodies, their skills, their bank accounts, their families, their empires. You're not here to watch other men win. You're here to create, even if it's small, even if it's slow. Keep stacking bricks. One action, one habit, one standard at a time. Because builders don't beg, they become. 11. Control your circle. The masculine mindset demands a masculine environment. Cut the leeches, limit the victims. Surround yourself with men who challenge you, who hold you to the fire, who call you out when you slip. Brotherhood is not comfort. It's crucible. If your friends don't push you forward, they're pulling you back. Choose wisely. Iron sharpens iron, or rust next to it. 12. Use solitude. Don't fear it. Solitude isn't loneliness, it's power. Use time alone to think, recalibrate. Silence reveals your real thoughts. Most men drown in noise because they're scared of their own mind. You're different. You walk into silence like a warrior into battle. Because only men who master their inner world can dominate the outer one. Robert Greene said it best, the future belongs to those who learn more skills and combine them in creative ways. Think about that. It's not about being perfect. It's about becoming useful, becoming dangerous. The man who can think, fight, build, speak, and lead. That man wins. Be that man. Master your mind. Forge your body. Sharpen your mission. Become a weapon. Because the world doesn't need more nice guys. It needs more grounded, dangerous, disciplined men. Men who move with purpose. Speak with power. Live with principle. You want to live that life? Then live by that code. You've built the foundation. You started to sharpen the edge. But now comes the part most men run from. The confrontation. The mirror. The moment you stop massaging your ego and start attacking your excuses. Because all the motivation, all the tools, all the mindsets in the world mean nothing if you still choose to live like a coward. This section isn't about hype. It's about truth. And truth doesn't care about your feelings. You need to hear this. You've been soft. Not because you're incapable, but because you've allowed yourself to drift, to rationalize weakness, to mistake talking for doing. And if that offends you, good. That means there's still fire in you. That means you still have a shot to flip the switch and reclaim your edge. No more excuses. Period. Stop dressing up fear like it's wisdom. I'm just waiting for the right time. No, you're scared. I just need to plan better. No, you're avoiding the work. Every excuse you make is a shield your ego uses to avoid the pain of growth. But here's the catch. Growth only comes through pain. You can't protect your feelings and pursue greatness at the same time. If you're not moving forward, you're moving backward. There is no neutral in life. Every day you stall is a day you're being overtaken. By hungrier men, by bolder men, and the scariest part? You know it. You feel it when you scroll past someone doing what you said you'd do. You feel it every night when your head hits the pillow and all that's left is the echo of what you didn't do. Pain is not the enemy. It's your wake-up call. Pain isn't a punishment. It's a message. It's life tapping you on the shoulder, telling you something needs to change. And the longer you ignore it, the louder it gets. Stop running from it. Hunt it. Chase the discomfort. Look for the hard things. That's where you grow. When you lift weights, your muscles tear before they rebuild. Life is no different. Emotional pain, it's stretching your maturity. Financial pain, it's demanding better strategy. Physical pain, it's refining your limits. Weak men avoid it. Masculine men use it. Comfort is the slowest killer. Here's the hard truth. Comfort is not your friend. It's your enemy in disguise. It whispers sweet lies. You deserve a break. You've worked hard enough. Just relax. But while you're lying down, your dreams are bleeding out. Quietly, slowly, without protest. Comfort doesn't take your life all at once. It drains it drop by drop. One skipped workout, one cheat meal, one more episode, and then suddenly years have passed. Your potential is gone, not because someone stole it, but because you traded it for convenience. You are not broken. You're underused. Stop saying you're lost. You're not lost. You're lazy. Stop saying you're burnout. You're not burnout. You're bored. You don't need healing. You need discipline. You don't need therapy. You need challenge. The world sold you a lie that you're some fragile, damaged soul in need of constant self-care. But you're not broken. You're wasting fuel. That ache in your chest isn't depression. It's your spirit suffocating. Your soul wasn't built for comfort. It was built for conquest. You don't need more rest. You need a reason. The clock is ticking. Every second you hesitate, your chances shrink. Time doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about your past. It only asks one question. What are you doing right now? And if your answer is still scrolling, still complaining, still hesitating, then the future you want is already slipping away. You think you have time, but you don't. You have a window, and every excuse you make shoves that window a little more closed. One day, you'll wake up, and the opportunity will be gone. And all you'll have left is the haunting truth. You could have been more, but you chose not to be. No one's coming, and that's good. Here's the final truth, and it should shake you awake. No one is coming to save you. Not your parents, not your boss, not your friends. No course, no coach, no app. You. It's always been you. And that's the most terrifying and most empowering truth you'll ever hear. Because if it's up to you, then you can take it back. You can flip the switch today, right now, without waiting, without whining, without wondering what if. But only if you stop lying to yourself. Only if you stop feeding the part of you that wants it easy. You want power? Then earn it. There's no secret sauce, no magical shortcut. It's you versus your habits, you versus your weakness, you versus your excuses, every single day. And the ones who win, they're not more talented. They're not luckier. They're just done negotiating with comfort. Decide now. Are you going to keep defending your limitations, or are you going to destroy them? Because you can't do both. You either fight for your future, or you settle for your excuses. There is no middle. So stand up, tighten your fists, breathe deep, and remember, you're not waiting anymore. You're taking. You've heard the truth. You've felt the sting. And if you've made it this far, something inside you is shifting. The fog is clearing. The old excuses don't sound so convincing anymore, do they? That soft voice in your head, the one that told you to wait, to rest, to take it easy, it's getting drowned out by something louder, stronger. That's your primal while waking up. That's the man you were supposed to be, before life softened you, before fear trained you to settle. That man wants out, and the door is wide open. But understand this, the path out is not gentle. It's not cozy. There is no parade waiting for you. Just pain, just resistance, just 1,000 battles between who you are and who you could be. And that's exactly how it should be. Because comfort never built a king. Every great man you admire bled for his crown. Every legend carried scars behind the smile. If you want to rise, you must suffer. You must sacrifice. You must move. And the good news? You're not alone. This right here, this video, this message, this mission, it's not just content. It's a call to arms. A digital battlefield where men like you, fed up with mediocrity, are gathering. This is a brotherhood, a tribe of relentless men who refuse to rot in comfort, who reject the slow death of waiting, who demand more from themselves and each other. And we don't apologize for greatness. We expect it. You're not just a viewer, you're a weapon in the making. And like every sharpened blade, you need friction. You need fire. You need other weapons. Men who are done playing small, done hiding their power behind fake humility, done being told that strength, ambition, and hunger are toxic. In this tribe, we call those things sacred. So here's your oath, your creed, the line you write in blood. Comment below, no more waiting. I choose action. Type it, then live it. Let that sentence be the trigger, the moment you stop talking and started becoming. Because transformation doesn't start in your muscles. It starts in your mind, in your words, in your decisions. And now, I'm calling you to war. Like the video, it tells the algorithm that men like us still exist. Share this with a brother who needs to wake up, who's wasting away in silence. And subscribe if you're serious. Not for dopamine, not for entertainment, but for strategy, for structure, for the kind of content that doesn't coddle, it cuts. No fluff, no sugarcoating, just war. And we win together. Because if this world is going to change, it won't be from hashtags or hopes. It'll be from hardened men standing up, stepping out, and saying, I will not die soft. It'll come from discipline, from vision, from fire. So take this moment seriously. Burn it into your brain. Every second counts. Your future is watching. Comfort is the cage. Action is the key. Unlock the door and break free.